And we're live, coming from room 116 with Miss Holcombe on 40% capacity. Alright, so if you look at this sheet, first of all, this is the front of the sheet, and it folds open, and then this is the inside of the sheet. This sheet, I love this flip book because it covers only 2 concepts, and it throws in some additional concepts that we've also already talked about, but it teaches you 2 new things. The 2 new things are on the front. The first of them you learned on Monday when I was not here, and that is that the interior angles of every triangle add up to equal 180 every time. Doesn't matter if it's obtuse, acute, right, left, small, big. If it's a triangle, then the angles add up to 180 every time. So this example right here is a very straightforward example where we already know angle A, angle B. We don't know angle C. You could set this up 2 ways. One way is to say angle A plus angle B plus angle C would equal 180. And then you could solve that. Or you could do that subtraction method that I showed y'all yesterday, where you know the total is 180 and you subtract off what you already know. So right now, please tell me what the measure of angle C would be. Yes, you should get 40. I would like you to try it and make sure you get 40. I want to see you pick your calculator up, and I want to see you try it.
Miss Holcombe, will you get me one? My phone's up there.
Oh, yeah.
May you give me one too, please?
Is your phone over here?
It's right there.
Over there?
Yeah.
What row?
Literally beside, like, the one where all the phones are at. It's the one that's off, facing towards outside. That one? Yeah.
Yep.
Mine's the one to the left. The nice step. Only 1 4
Thank you. 145 and 95 is not. Do it again. 45 plus 95.
But I think
You might have just typed it fast.
Sure you're fixing it. Down, the one below it. Is that 2 different triangles put together? Or is that-
Yeah. Let me touch on it right now.
Chip right. Touch on
Did
what?
you get 40 degrees?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm not trying to like drag this out. I'm just trying to stop myself from going into a coughing spell. This was a straightforward problem, just numbers. You knew 2, found the 3rd. This is more grade level problem. You can see that we have 2 triangles here, right? There is a secret angle or 2 that you could mark in here that are not marked, and it comes from a vocab word we just learned. What did we say is formed anytime 2 lines cross? Keep going. It does start with a V. You're so glad. I thought you had it. What? Who said it?
I said it.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm trying to know where the sound's coming from. So, anytime 2 lines cross, we said what type of angles are formed. And we said think of the bow tie. Vertical angles are formed. And they're always congruent. So right here, this 50, which is here, is also 50 on this side, which is a big deal because now we know 2 angles in that triangle over there. There's also something I'm going to start saying a lot. When we're starting to get into the problems where you're having to put things together to be able to solve it. And when I turn students loose to work on stuff, a lot of times I'll come by and I'll be like, how's it going? And they'll look at me and they'll say, I have no clue where to start. So here's a phrase I'm going to say to you right now, and then I'm going to say it throughout the semester. And it works also in life. Go to what you know. When you don't know where to start in the problem, go to what you do know. Because I promise things will start piecing together, and it will be like a domino effect of, okay, now I actually do know how to start the problem. So based on this picture, which triangle do I know more about? The one on the left or the one on the right? The one on the left, I about choked on my cough drop. The one on the left, I know this is 40, I know this is 50, this is the only angle I don't know. I have enough information, I can find it. Because what's the total in every triangle? 180. So go to your calculator. From the total, subtract off what you know, and then tell me what it has to be.
Wait, but so the total 90?
No, the total is 180 for every triangle. But when you add those angles, you get 90, which means you're left with 90.
That's what
Yes. And what is the symbol I could draw here to show 90?
triangle.
I could draw the number 90, or I could be more intuitive of it and put the box. The box means 90. Now you'll notice it says right here, figures are not drawn to scale. You might be thinking, well, that doesn't look like a right angle. You can't go on looks, okay? This is just someone that sketched this triangle. So it very well may not measure 90, but in terms of the math, it's 90. Now we've got to come over here to this triangle. This is something new that we're going to elaborate on tomorrow. This triangle has some markings on it. So what do those markings mean? Congruent. It means congruent. So this side is the same as this side. There is a vocab word for this. It means isosceles triangle.
All sides are right, or is that a different?
That's a different one. Did you say it? No, the one he's thinking of. Do you remember?
I don't remember.
Starts with an E.
Oh, hold on.
All right, right, right.
Please.
Thank you.
Oh, hang on.
I'm gonna take.
Oh.
Your hangman thing backwards.
That's the one word.
Miss Holcombe, can I pull out a 5-star?
Give me an E. Give me an E.
Yeah, you usually do about this time.
Give me an E.
I was gonna wait till you were done after the conversation.
Yes.
Ladder break. It's a break.
You said E?
Yes. Please. Give me an X. Is there? I think there's an X.
You want my shit sticker?
All right, what?
Is there an X in it?
No.
S.
I S U equivalent.
L.
Loud and proud. Loud, I about said loud and proud again. Equilateral.
I've never even heard that thing in my life.
Equilateral triangles are when all three sides are equal. That's why it's called that. But this was not equilateral. This one was isosceles. This is, instead of all three sides, this is two sides. There's something that happens when you have an isosceles triangle, and I want to show it to you. We're gonna practice more with this tomorrow. But when you turn the isosceles triangle, good luck. When you turn the isosceles triangle like a rooftop, then we have what's called base angles. You with me? So like if the triangle is like this, that is not turned like a rooftop. But if I turn it and it's like that, That's
your
like a rooftop. This is called the base angles. So if that's 50, then that's 50, and now I have enough to find this. What would it be? 80. Because what's the total? 180. Now we're going to practice more with that tomorrow because that is also a very common clue. We'll call it a clue that comes up a lot this semester. That if you can remember, ooh, isosceles triangles, base angles are congruent. Where are they? Turn it like a rooftop. Then it makes the practice problems we're going to do easier.
Do we have another brain
Yes.
body that you can touch?
No. In a second. All right. Oh. Now what I want you to do is open the flap. Open the flap, and you will see across the top are the problems that relate to what we just talked about. Okay? Across the top. Instead of me standing here going through each additional problem, I'm going to turn you loose to find a partner or a group, and you're going to try them together. Let me first say this does not mean one person works and everyone copies. That is not the case. In fact, I will challenge the people who plan to work to not allow someone to copy from you. Please don't allow people to copy from you because it does set them up to do poorly on the next quiz or test. Put your foot down, people touch that. When you read these angles, remember to trace the picture with your pencil using 3 letters, right? You with me?
No.
Everybody with me? So like this is saying find the measure of angle ACB. That would mean you go to A, you trace to C, and you go to B, and it's the corner. That's what they're asking for. Also remember, go to what you know. When you get to this one over here, it's a lot to take in. Go to the one you know the most about, and then you will notice its domino effect. You also need to remember that anytime 2 angles are side by side, they form a linear pair, which measures what? Which means you have enough info to find the other one. Okay? Keep that in mind. That happens here one time, and then it happens here several times. Okay? Alright, so this is what I want you to do right now. I want you to work on this, and then we're going to check answers. Okay?
Okay.
I am taking note of who's working.